new order from Dakota Stones. It's another bunch of large hole beads. Um, I've taken to really liking doing leather and macrame and such. So these work really great on those kind of things. So I have got quite a few more. These are all gemstones, of course, since they're from Dakota Stones. And I think they are lovely. So let's turn down here in just a few minutes and we'll take a look at it. The other thing we're going to work on is we're going to see if I can decide how we want to do. Hi Dawn, hi Tammy. How we want to go on with our necklace here. Um, we have options. I've been debating putting in a second row just between the stones, like here. Hey Charlie, sort of like this between the two, um, to add a little something, and then just some beads up the back. Decide if I want beading up the back, leather up the back, or chain. I'm leaning away from chain because I don't have any bronze chain. Hi, Georgina. And so, hi, Heather. So that will is a problem. So we might just use leather, or I might just bead it. We'll just have to see what we decide to do. So we're going to turn down here in just a few moments, and we're going to look at all these beautiful new beads I got from Dakota Stones. They are all A-grade gemstones, and they're all large hole this time, like I said, because we're going to, I'm thinking I want them for my leather doings. So now this order, of course, I get a discount because I get the wholesale prices rather than the retail, since I have a wholesale license with them. And it came to $113.40 for me. Now, it would have been quite a bit more if they had gone, if I hadn't had, if I'd had to pay the retail prices. So let's turn down and look at these babies. I'm going to move the box out of the way. We'll just pull it out one thing at a time. Are you going to flip? Come on, babe. There we go. So, these are actually, I'll see if I can pull these out in order of my list here. And the first thing is dog teeth amethyst, 8mm faceted rondelle, large hole, 8mm beads. I paid $11.20 for these, but their regular retail price is $16. So I don't know why lately I've gotten a few of these shower hooks from these guys. I know maybe it was the last strand, I don't know, but very pretty amethyst beads. Now, yep, this is colored leather. If I wanted to try and get the knots out of this, I could use them as they're long enough to use as like some bracelet pieces or something, but I don't know that I will. But anyway, dog teeth amethyst, really pretty large hole rondelles. Next on my list is Amazonite. And I actually got this package after we made the bracelet with the Amazonite, though I think my Amazonite that I made the bracelet with was 10mm, and this is 8. Of course, like I said, large hole. This one was an 8-inch strand for $9.80. Its retail price is $14. Hi, Anita. The next thing on my list is green aventurine. Now, I've got 2 strands of green aventurine. One is the first strand that I ordered here is a 10 millimeter one. You can sit here because you're the 8s. This is our 10 millimeter large hole green aventurine. And its regular price was $14 and I paid $9.80 for it. So this is the 10 millimeter strand. Hey, Tina. You have to have some kind of wholesale license. We don't because I don't actually technically have one because we don't have them in Montana because we don't have sales tax. What you need to do is apply to your state for a either a wholesale license or a retail name. Mine is because I am registered with the state as a retail business. Even though I don't have to pay taxes or anything like sales taxes or anything like that, I do have to have my business name registered with the state, and that's how I got mine. So I just had to give them my state registration number. So my next thing on my list is a Bird's Eye Rhyolite 10 millimeter strand, 8 inches, and it was again $14 for retail, $9.80 for wholesale. So now I thought these were pretty. That's why I went for them. They've got some nice striations and things in it. Like this one is really cool looking. This isn't actually, has never been one of my favorite beads, but I really liked the pictures with all these various colors in it, and they're really cool looking. So that one was actually line 4 on my invoice. Line 5 is the 8 millimeter. Here we go again with these shower curtain hooks. I don't need these. So this is the green aventurine in 8 millimeter. And its retail price is $12 and $8.40 for the wholesale price. You're Kate today, Beth? I know what you mean. You mean you were late. That's all right. But we can call you Kate. You know, I mean, that's what you want. Next is fossil coral. I like fossil coral, especially if it has a lot of the the patterning in it. I'm not seeing a lot in this one. Well, there's some right there, but fossil coral can either just have lines like this, or it actually has the pattern of the coral, which is really cool looking. But I don't really see anything in these particularly, but they are cool. So again, this is large hole fossil coral in 8 millimeter. Its normal price was $12, and the discount makes it $8.40. Next is that which I've been talking about when we've been making the necklace. This is African petrified wood agate, 8 millimeters in large hole beads. And this is the non-matte way it looks like. And see how much prettier that is without that dirty look of the matte. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Cynthia. So I really love the African petrified wood in the regular, not the matte. I think it's much prettier. You can really see the patterning in it well. See how this one is just gorgeous, as is these lighter colored ones. This one's more of just a red, but it does still have some patterning. And I love the patterns. That's what makes them special to me. So that one is petrified wood. And the next one is my absolute favorite. You got your package yesterday? Sure, we can do that, Heather. So this is Botswana agate, 8mm large hole Botswana agate, and some of these have got the most stunning banding on them. Look at this one. Isn't that gorgeous? Then this one with the more brown, but lots of bands. And here's another one with some really pretty bands. This one's black and white. So this one, of course, is my favorite because I absolutely love Botswana agate. I think it is just stunning with all its banding. So there is it. In you go. And lastly, well, not technically lastly, there are two in this package. Everybody else can go back in the box. This is aquamarine. I got it in both 10mm and 2 strands of 8. I don't know why I decided to go for 2 strands, but it's so pretty. So I did. And these were 8-inch, 8mm large hole aquamarine, regular price $16, and I got them for $11.20. So that might be why I went, because they were a really good deal. This strand was normally $20, and I got it for $14. This is the 10mm of the aquamarine. So very, very pretty aquamarine beads. So there we go. How do I really feel? That's a good question. Are they gorgeous? I do love them. But then blue is one of those colors that most people do love for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it is. And I'm no different. I love blue. If I were going to say my 3 favorite colors, we would be going hot pink, lavender, sort of a lilac lavender, and then blue. So that was my order from Dakota Stones. I'm sure we'll be seeing those in some things in the future. But right now, let's pull out our necklace. And here it is. Now, I could take and finish this off right now simply by putting on some chain, some leather, something else. 55% of jewelry is blue. I am not surprised. And because it's really pretty as it sits, we could just put some leather or something across the back and be done with it. As it sits right now, it is about 12 inches, so we need at least 6 more. I did bead this little strand up yesterday as a patterning for which can go across the back if we want to use it back there. But if I do, we need more than this. We'd need at least double this. So, you know, but I was also considering taking this, hopefully I won't dump these, and making a second strand in here, like so, and doing that all the way up the necklace to add just that little extra bit of oomph, but I'm not sure if I want to or not. What do you guys think? Do you think it would look good with this extra bit here going just to making it be 2 strands instead of just 1? I do not believe I have navy leather. If we use anything, it's probably going to be natural because the naturals will match. I'm more of a natural toned person rather than colored as far as pieces, things are concerned. So we have, I don't think so. This is black. We could use the black. Darker brown, no. But I'm thinking more towards natural because of the petrified, the lighter color of petrified wood that I used. So, or we could go with black. You think this is too much? Could be. I've been debating that because the flowers do add a lot to the regular strand there. Though I have been thinking of using this up the back. I don't want to just start with the leather because of the big flower here. You think the double strand takes away from the flower? Yes, that's actually sort of why I was going, do I want to do that? And so, like I said, I was thinking I'd do a little strand like this up the back here, and then we'd add just a little bit of leather to finish it off. So almost sounds like thunder outside, but I don't think it is. It's been a little cooler the last few days, in the 70s instead of the 80s and 90s. So that's been really pleasant. Come on, you go on there. Are we going to be butterfingery today? Looks like maybe so. There we go. This weekend, my husband and I are planning on going down to the Missoula Renaissance Festival. I believe it's its first year. It might be its second, but I hadn't heard about it till this year, so I think it's its first year. So we're looking forward to checking it out, seeing how it goes, and maybe thinking about doing it next year as far as our. So there is what the bead strand there looks like. I'm actually sort of debating if that's too much. I will do one for the other side and we can decide if we decide that's too much here. Remember when I dropped the spool holder here the other day? I haven't been able to find it again. I don't know what I did with it, where it went to, but our beads. So we need this guy. Well, we want a light colored one of these, so let's knock some of these off the strand. Why are you not coming off the strand? That one's hole was drilled pretty small, it feels like. Oops, I didn't get any of those kind of spacers out. I need to get another one of those out. These, yes, I did make these in yesterday's live. They actually make a really pretty little daffodil. So, oops, you're twisted right there. There we go. Come here, you. There we go. Come on, go through there. Both strands go through the bead here. There we go. So there's our necklace so far. Now the question becomes, do we want to leave this large of a bead strand, or do we want to take off? It's one strand, Tina. I was debating putting a strand like this in between so that there was two strands here between each one. But a lot of folks were saying that they didn't think that worked well, that they detracted from the flower piece here, and I had to agree. So we decided it would stay just one strand like it is. We could put a smaller strand maybe in the middle here if we wanted to do that, but I'm not sure. Again, I think it might detract from our flowers, so I don't think we're going to do that. How long is it now? That's a good question. So the beaded portion, where, of course, the pendant would stop. Oh, stop flipping. Now that's the only thing I don't like. It likes to flip. Is 8 inches, so it'd be 16. So I'm thinking we want it these to drop right about your breastbone. So I think we need about if I want these to hit, stop twisting, hit at the breastbone, we want to get these about, there we go. We probably need about 3 or 4 inches more on either side, because around the back of your neck is generally about, surprisingly enough, about 10 to 12 inches. So let's see, if I pull my hair up and measure from collarbone to collarbone, it's actually 12 inches. So we have 2. So we need about 3 to 4 inches of leather up either side. And I'm thinking with our hardware and stuff, we're going to end up with it being probably only needing 2.5, 3 inches. Wire. I have it wired on here, Dorothy. See? A little bit of wire right here across the back. It goes through our yellow bead. Come here, bear. Goes through our yellow bicone, a doubled up piece of 28 gauge wire, this wire. I have taken a small hunk, doubled it up, put our yellow bead through so that it's at the bend, then drove it through the square flower part and then the petal-y part here, and then down through our metal base, and then bringing over to either side, wrap here, and then go back and wrap around the flower base just a little bit to give it a little more stability. So. So we have this natural leather here. And we're only going to need about, what'd I say, about 3 inches on either side. So we don't need much. Just going to finish it off with the leather just so it has this softness. This is natural leather, so it's really soft. So we're going to, we can do this one of two ways. We can put endings right here on the leather and then just attach it to the ending. Or I could put a ring here and attach the leather to the ring. I would have gone for some bronze chain if I had any bronze chain. Bronze chain, well, I do have some, but it didn't do it for me. Let's just put it that way. It just didn't do it for me. So I do have some big bronze rings that we could attach both pieces to, but so anyway, we're going to decide how we want to do this. First, I need to go find my metal endings. Unfortunately, again, we don't have any bronze endings. I don't think. Silver or gold. So we'll probably end up having to use gold, since that's what we've been using. Oh, it's right here, I think. Yes, it is. Oops, behave yourselves. No falling. So we have gold ends. Come here, you guys. Come on. So that would be right here on either side. It's actually sort of a pity I don't have these double ones in gold, because this would be fun to double our leather up through here, but I don't. Only have the silver ones. I think these are bigger instead of smaller. Yeah, they are. I'm not even sure I've ever seen these leather end crimps in bronze, to be truthful with you. But so I think we're going to just use our gold crimp ends, and we're just going to make some little ends, some little leather pieces like this. Again, we are at 8. We need, oh, I said we needed about 12 inches, didn't I, to go around my neck, so this would fall where I want it to as far as these beads are concerned. So I think we're going to get like about 2.5 inches on either side of the leather here. So, because we will have to put in our we will be putting in the lobster claw and such, of course. So there's some leather, little bit of leather. You've seen them in bronze, Beth? Cool. I don't think I ever have, but you know, just because I haven't doesn't mean they don't exist. Just means I haven't seen them. So we'll put our little leather pieces in our caps. Now I use Loctite super glue when I do this because that's what Leather Cord USA recommends you use. Actually, these have a squish point, so you really don't even have to have glue in them because you push it up till it gets where you can see it there. Then you take your pliers and there's a little band through the middle. Can you see the little band? And then just take hold of it and squish, and then turn it and squish it again. Now I'm going to put it on the other side first. Let this dry a little bit before we play with the other side. And this has got sort of pointy from being cut, so I'm going to roll it in my fingers a little bit to take the pointy out of it. Push it up and in and squish our band. Now you can dry for a wee bit. Going to have fun with all that cord I got from rat tail cord and from Auntie's beads, and then all these large hole beads that I got from Dakota Stones. I think we're going to have some fun macrameing those, or just doing other, just making leather necklaces. I think they're going to be a good time. So there we go. There's our 2 little pieces. We're going to let them dry for a little while. And we're going to make a decision as to whether we're going to hardwire just right to those. Okay, what are we talking about? No to the polar swim. Yeah. Yeah. I don't go into the ocean much. I used to wade some, but not very often. I'm not appreciative of being frozen. I did go into the ocean for wading and things when we were in Hawaii because, well, the water's really warm there. So, not an issue. But let's let these dry for a few seconds and then I think I'll just hardwire them on um, because, well, it's not hard to do that. So, oh, this crimp tube is weird. Oh, there's two stuck together. Well, yeah, that would make it weird. All the way down. Now, if you don't like to hardwire things on, you can always just make a loop and then use a jump ring. Come on, you. Okay, there we go with that side. I like to hardwire things a lot of times prior because it's more secure. You don't have to worry about your jump ring opening. It's not going to open. It's not there. So, come on, babe. I don't want to yank on that quite yet because I'm not sure how dry it is. So I am just working it down by hand here. I'm not sure about this crimp tube. Well, I guess it's holding. Okay. It felt a little bit loose to me, but it seems to be holding just fine, so no problem. Okay, there's our leather pieces against the back. And now we just have to get our hardware to finish this off. I do have bronze hardware, but now that I'm in the back and we're at gold, so I think I'm just gonna put gold in there. So I do have bronze of these, but and bronze jump rings, but since we're already working with gold back here, I think we'll just leave it as gold back here. I didn't test this jump ring, did I? Our lobster claw. I guess I better do that. It's working fine. And that's still a little sticky. Just stuck to my finger just a little bit. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to bump the camera there. There we go. So let's see how long I ended up making it here. It is, stop that, 22 inches, which is a nice length, not overly long. So I think we'll be done. Wow, we still got some time left. What do we want to do, guys? It's not even the hour. How unlike me, right? So our necklace is finished. And I think it turned out pretty nice. What else do we have here that we were thinking of dealing with? What's this for? Oh, this is my letter order. You know, I used to never work with leather. I was like, oh, I don't want to play with that stuff. But I have been having such a fun time playing with it. Oh, and dang, I didn't even think. Look, guys, bronze chain from inside the box. And I didn't even think about it. Well, if I hadn't hardwired those in, I might consider switching it. But no, I don't think I will. But we could have. Though I think if I had used it, I might have doubled it up just to make it a little thicker. But forgot all about that. Nope, it needed the leather. Okay, that's good. But like I said, if I had decided to use this, I probably would have doubled it so that it was a little more substantial, sort of like this, to put the end on here. But I rather like the leather too. Besides, it'll be nice around the back of your neck rather than chain. So it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Okay, stop your flipping. That's the only thing I don't like about things that are beaded, that are not fully beaded but are partially beaded like this. So they sometimes like to flip over like that, which drives me sort of nuts. But that's all right. There we go. Come here, back up here. Put it like this. So there. Can't do it. We're all out. We don't have any more of the base pieces to use the flowers. In fact, I used all the square ones inside the necklace. So there is there are no flowers to go around. So actually I haven't planned on anything else to make, to be truthful with you. But as you can see, my blue flower slots, that's where they both were at. They're gone. Ding. As is, well, the petrified wood is just over here. It just needs to go back in its slot. But as do our little slate blue beads. They go right here in this spot. Out of the way. There we go. Everything's back in its home now. Now what do we want to play with? I still have a few of the filigrees left. 2 big ones and a few small ones. No biggie. I'm not really caring right now. We have our wood pieces here. Though if I play with these, I'm going to want to paint the pattern, because it just doesn't stand out enough to me. It's pretty, but it needs some to stand out some. Not sure what I want to do with these. Who was it? Maisha said she didn't like these. She didn't know what to do with them. She didn't care for them. I'm not sure I care for them. Some of them have, one of them at least was broken, and I swear some of them look like they have chips. So when I feel them, they feel fine. But see what this one's broke. Got a hunk broke off the side of it. I mean, and this one, see, it looks like it's got chips on the color, but it doesn't. It feels fine, so I'm not. So I'm not sure. I love these. I love these. Somebody was saying, I don't know how to use these drum beads. What you want to do is take one of these bigger ones like this, one of these bigger spacers. Come here. Bigger spacer. I don't know if it'll go down over this knot. Let's find out. Yeah, go. See how now it's flat across there with the spacer there? You can then take a smaller spacer and jump it down so that now you can fit into your smaller beads. But that will then cover the flat of your drum up when you do that like that. So these are my 2 favorite beads in this box, the drums and these little, and I don't usually care for cubes, but these are so faceted, they're so pretty. I like that. But maybe we'll make some earrings here. I've got these chandelier pieces. Or we could make a bracelet using these guys and they'd just be as connectors, but I might paint them if I did that. Let's see. Unfortunately, like I say, we don't have any more blue beads, so we can't make any more pretty daffodils. And do we know when they're releasing the box extras? I have absolutely no clue. Wish I did, but I don't. I don't know. These little guys, there's another sharp edge on that one right there. Thought I'd found them and cut them all off. These almost are overpowering our little chandeliers. I don't know that we want these bigger beads. The gray? The gray of the crystals or the gray of these bicones? Because we do have gray bicones too. Maybe we'll get some more of our little, these little guys out. But we need some color. Let's see, how many of these little red pearls do I have in my seed bead box here, or bead soup box here? Oh, that figures. I need one more. Well, I guess we'll go with 4. And we have, come here, you. I saw some nice, cute little red rondelles in here. Only the 2? Oh, that figures. That's one of the things I'm not overly fond of little mixes like this for, because frequently you want to do something and they don't give you enough of the bead you want. So that's an interesting color. Nope, wrong colors. Okay. Let's see if we can do something with this. So, oh, we only had 2 of these. I need at least 3. So we're gonna go 2, 1, 2. Then 3 on either side here. Though I could put the 2 at the top. Yeah, okay. Now we need some more of these guys out. Maybe you up here with this guy above. We need no here. I don't think I like that little gray one in the middle there. Let's see what else we can find to put in the middle. Let's see, what did we have here? Oh, maybe this tube. Oops, where do you come from? Okay. Oh, where did I put my bronze daisy spacers? Knocking things down again, Rose. Bronze pins are a little bit stiff. Need some bronze spacers, but we'll find them in a minute. There. Yep. Let me get hold of you. Thank you. Where are my tiny bronze spacers? You'd think since I've been cleaning up, I would find a lot more stuff instead of losing it again. But I have again started piling stuff on my side of my desk, which is unfortunately a bad habit of mine, and they're all getting buried. I don't care for the heavier beads on the bottom. It's just a personal preference of mine. I tend to prefer the smaller ones at the bottom as the bigger ones. It's just the way I am. Sometimes I will, but rarely. It's not, like I said, it's not my personal preference to do that. So. Where are my freaking bronze daisy spacers? Big ones. Too big, too big, too big, too big, too big. I need tiny. Well, I may just have to use the triangular ones again. Because I don't find the daisies. Maybe I'm out of the daisies, which is weird. But, well, we'll see how these look. Though, if I'm going to use these, I probably should switch these because I have triangles of these. But we'll see. Come here. Okay. Oh, no problem. Now these I am going to jump ring on because they're a lot simpler to jump ring something small into these areas. I could hardwire them because, uh, it makes for, like I said, a sturdier piece. And I still could because I haven't done the latch around, but it is a little harder to do that when you've got a few pieces, when you start getting pieces on, because then they start getting in the way. But maybe we'll try it. Let's see how they look if I just decided to hardwire them on. Come on. They wouldn't look that much different. The thing is, I didn't leave the spread here. When I do this, usually I leave a little bit of a opening on these when I pull them on so that they'll snap on easier. Yeah, let's go ahead and hardwire them. What the heck? It's not that hard. It's not that much of a pain. The pain is when you get 2 or 3 of them on. You know, you get more than one on, then the other ones are getting in your way as you're trying to wrap them up. But it's not that big of a deal. It's a good thing I'm home by myself since they're just I'm throwing things around. Well, I'm technically not home by myself. My daughter's home, but she's in her room. I think she works tonight, so she's probably going to get some extra sleep. She works graveyard shift, so. Come on, you. Last couple of little wraps here. And around you go. See what I mean? It's trying to grab the other one down there now. Now I love these daisy spacers, but since I couldn't find my little tiny daisy spacers, and I could find the triangular ones, which incidentally, if anybody's interested, I get those from Auntie's Beads, the triangular spacers. You can oops, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. So open it just a hair, so it'll slide on. And the triangular ones come in a variety of colors and sizes. So okay, this one bent sideways a little bit when we were finishing it, so I'm going to bring her back up here. And there is the bottom piece of this one done. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you think they're going to be beautiful. And Rose, don't drop your pliers onto the glass flower. Move it back further. Okay, these go over here. These can go back in the box. So you go. And this is going to be the top piece here, right here. So we're going to get the guy here. Let's see, it's this one, the big one, this. Oops, bent the wire. I bent the wire some. Naughty me. Little guy. Gray one. Little guy. And these pearls, you have to pick them up. They have a tiny hole. It's hard to find with it when it's sitting down on the ground like that. I can find the hole in these bicones better than on that pearl. I was going to say, why is that big spacer still there? But it's because it goes up here with these. Okay. So these 3 are ready to go. Now I need to I don't think, did I get, no, I didn't. Okay, let's see. Do I have any bronze? That's copper. Of course, they're eye pins instead of, that's all right. I mean, not eye pins, but they're. I need some bronze. Don't I have any bronze? That would be weird. Gold, silver, silver. Black. Where's the bronze? Sorry, ladies. I'm not finding my bronze pins, and I know I have some, but I'm fairly positive I have some that are not these my ball head pins, but I'm not finding them. What I just drop? They're bronze, but they're again ball head pins. Mm-hmm. Well, I may have to sacrifice one of my ball head pins. Well, two of my ball head pins. I say that because I know I have some regular flathead ball head pins somewhere, or flathead pins, or flathead pins, but I don't know where they're at. They're disappearing at. So we'll just sacrifice two of these. And why I say sacrifice is because I'm going to cut them. I'm going to straighten this up. And normally I would just cut the head off a head pin. And I don't like to do it to my precious ball head pins, but I'm going to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutters. I would like to know what I did with those others, though. I guess they should be right here. I keep cases of various pins up here, and I'm not finding the ones I want, but I guess I'll live with that. The reason I say I'm going to sacrifice because I'm going to cut the ball off. And now it's a little piece of wire. So I'm going to take and just fold this over like I would any regular one. We're going to go. I'm going to wrap this up and around and over. I'm going to leave a gap when I do this wrap around. See how I left a gap right there? So that it can just slide right onto here. And then we're going to wrap that one up. Little flat rondelle here, our spacer, and our slate blue. And then we want it to go onto our pin, our ear wire, so we're going to bend it over this way so that it will match how your ear wire loop is. So when you get your jump ring out, which this one is going to go on a jump ring. I used to never jump ring my earrings wires on. I used to just hardwire them on, but then I've discovered that if your ear wire breaks, or if your customer doesn't like that style of ear wire, oops, then you're sort of screwed because you can't change it. So now I jump ring them on. Make sure nothing else is in my clippers because I have had that happen before. How many folks have done that? Got your not paid attention to when you cut something and there's another piece of wire other than where you want to cut in your fletch cutter and you cut something you don't want to cut. I've done that a few times. It's rather heartbreaking. So there we go. It just needs its ear wire and this one's done. So now we got this one done other than the ear wire, and now we just have to put this one together just like we did all the other ones. Get my... I'm going to bring this around, and with these I'm going to leave a gap. The other ones I didn't, so I had to make a wet gap. So this time I'm just going to do it. We leave a little gap so it'll go on easier. Boy, my depth perception seemed a little off there for a second. It didn't want to find where that was at. But it's still being difficult. There we go. Come on, chandelier, get out of the way. That one slid down some, so I'm going to take my fingernail, get in there and push it up if I can. If not, then we'll try and do it with the pliers because it did slide. There we go. So there's one. Oh, now you really slipped. The other one worked perfectly. This one's being difficult. Let's see, did I get that back in place good? There we go. Hey, Chris. Well, Chris, we finished off the necklace and then we decided to start a pair of earrings. And we're using our sweater weather kit for these. No. Sorry, it was tipped back a little bit. I wanted to straighten that up so it wasn't tipped anymore. Nothing like dropping it on the floor. There we go. So these little guys can go back into the box since we're not going to need them. Well, I am going to need a couple of, no, I'm going to use Tinky Tots to put on my ear wires. But we do have our earrings here done now and our necklace and, well, other than the ear wires. And so we got these two pretties done, finished today. So all done. Lily, what are you doing on the table? Just don't knock my stuff down. I love those daisy spacers, but they just weren't going to work with these earrings. So there we got these guys. Well, you know, sometimes when I am questioning myself a little bit, it helps to have some perspective from other folks as well. So anyway, there are our, would you stop? Our necklace and our earrings. And I can get some bronze ear wires relatively quickly. I think I've got an extra cabinet in here in my way because we were moving things around, and I got these new cabinets, and I haven't really situated them yet, so to speak. So they're sort of in the way, but well, I guess I don't have bronze. It looks like they're copper. So since these are copper, I think we'll just put stainless on these because a lot of people have ear problems, and stainless is one thing that most people can use without having much problems. So I think we'll just put a couple of stainless ear wires on here. Okay, let's see. There's the little bronze Tinky Tots. No, two. I need two, you guys, not half a dozen or even a dozen. Ta-da! There's one all finished. That's the finished one, Rose. Duh. Grab the one that's not finished. Oops. Well, darn it. Where'd my jump ring go? Where'd you go? There you are. And there we go. Earrings are finished. So there's our earrings. Here's our necklace. Let's put our necklace. You behave. Around. Necklace and our earrings. One and two. Which of course they don't match. Okay. Oh, geez. That took longer than I thought. We went from being 10 minutes early to the hour to 40 minutes after. So let's be gone. So, you need some help. Yes. Don't want to feel rushed before you go live. Yeah, I understand that. So anyway, there's our earring. And the necklace. See if these fall where I actually wanted them to. Yeah, feels like they do. Pretty much. These could have gone just a teeny bit lower, but I'm not going to complain about it. You can see them all right. They hit your shoulder blade, and then they come down here. So anyway, there is our necklace. These are our earrings. They're both from Sweater Weather from Bargain Bee Box. And we will see you all later. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. Bye-bye.